Hey Disney fans, this Wednesday, September 25th, only in stores, we have two amazing Disney titles. Starting with Lilo and Stitch number 5 from Greg Pak and Julia Giacomino, with covers from Nicoletta Baldari, Edwin Gelman, a second Edwin Gelman, and Craig Ruscio. We also have Hercules number 5 from Elliot Kalin and George Combadias, with covers from George Combadias, Alessandro Inaldi, Francesco Tomaselli, and Alessandro Inaldi again. We also have Negaduck, trade paperback and hardcover, Volume 1, The Evil Opposite, in stores, from Jeff Parker and Ciro Canglialosi, both the hardcover and the trade paperback. This collects issues 1 to 4 of Negaduck. So again, that is this Wednesday, September 25th, only in stores or dynamite.com.
51 movies across 3 channels, the bloodiest, most transgressive horror fest lineup yet. The bloodiest, most transgressive horror fest lineup of all time, going on right now until Halloween.
You're about to watch Rockin Robbie Live! Bunker down and see you on the other side!
What is up, everybody? Welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. Welcome, in fact, to Rockin Robbie Live, the CBC Award-nominated live stream, Rockin Robbie Live. I am your host, Rockin RobbieBillz. How is everybody doing? Station, pop, pop, boom. Y'all, it has been 21 days since we last did a Rockin Robbie Live. Not intended, but it's just the way that it broke down. But we are back, and we're going to have a great show tonight. We got the DC sneak peek All that stuff's ready. The DC order came in just in the nick of time, so I could get my DC books read, so we can deliver that. We got show and tell, and we got a lot of conversation. We're running a little bit old school tonight. That's right. This is about me and you out there in the chat. Community involvement, some may even call it. But this is the show where we talk about comics, movies, pop culture, and a whole lot more. So what do you want to chat about? Get your comments, your questions, and your concerns in the chat right now, because even though we have a grandiose plan, this show is driven, fueled, if you will, by those questions, those thoughts, those comments, and those concerns. So before anybody goes ahead and comments on this, yeah, it sucked watching the Cowboys game today. It sucked all the way through until the fourth quarter, and at the end of the fourth quarter, and then you're like, holy cow, are we actually going to pull this out? Can we get it done? Nope, the defense let us down. We could not get it done. So, yep, after a really great first week, it's been a shit 2 weeks to be a Cowboys fan. It's also not nice to be an Auburn Tigers fan right now, y'all. So, yeah, football sucks. However, my Yankees have clinched their playoff berth, so go Yankees and all that stuff. How you doing? You watching football? You liking football? You watch baseball? You liking baseball? Let us know. Anyway, it was to watch a game, okay? So I was going to go watch Transformers 1 today, right? And instead, I decided I would watch the fucking Cowboys game, and wish I would have went and saw Transformers 1. Then I could have a Transformers 1 movie review for you today. But instead of that, I watched the Cowboys shit the bed again, and then totally try to like pull it together at the end, and then unable to get a stop at the end to get an opportunity to tie or win the game. Anyway, it is what it is. Anyway, how's everybody doing? Check us out on Facebook and on Instagram. Follow Pop Culture Philosophers there. If you're on Facebook, join the PCP Army. That's the official Pop Culture Philosophers Facebook group. It's where we're the most active, is in the PCP Army, and of course on Instagram. You can also follow me on Twitter if you feel so inclined. My bad, X. If you feel so inclined, at the Rockin Robbie. You can support the channel with Super Chat. We are collecting Super Chats to build up to getting the Ghostbusters Firehouse playset from the late 80s. We are halfway there, so we need $50 more. If we get 50 in Super Chats tonight, we will make that goal happen, and then we will be getting the Ghostbusters Firehouse. We'll be doing a special video about the Ghostbusters toy line and the Ghostbusters Firehouse playset, the Ecto-1, the individual figures, stuff like that. So $50 to get to that goal. Also, if we hit that $50 goal, we got two things that are going to be unlocked. Number one, a toy unboxing, and y'all will get to choose which toy we're going to unbox, or at least what brand of toy. That's if we hit it, right? Otherwise, it will also unlock next week an old school Marvel in the 90s. What I mean by that is none of the top-down stuff that I've been doing recently, which I want to get back into, but it's been busy, y'all. It's been busy, and a lot of people say that shit, right? It's things are busy, they're hectic, and all that kind of stuff. Well, things are busy with work, things are busy with life, but things are also busy just trying to live our best lives, right? So we've had some great shows recently. We're in the midst of Horror Fest, and Horror Fest is continuing to trunk right along through. Things don't trunk through, do they? I don't think they do. Anyway, so we've been doing Horror Fest. I've made recent appearances on Comic Journey, on Near Mint Condition. I had Bueller in town for a weekend. We got to hang out, spend some time together. We'll talk about all that and more. But if you want to support the channel, Super Chats are always open and available. You can also support us at patreon.com/PCP or at my Cash App, which is in the link in the description below. But I do want to point out that we are in the midst of Horror Fest, and Horror Fest will continue tonight on Dylan's Horror Show. After this show, I believe, check out Innocent Blood over at DHS, and then tomorrow night, here on PCP Movie Night, we're going to be talking about Ghoulies and Ghoulies 2. One movie I really loved as a kid, Ghoulies 2, and it's been interesting rewatching them as a 40-something-year-old man. So that's going to be fun. And then over at BSC, Blood Splatter Chatter, on Thursday, join them as they talk about The Mortuary Collection. I also got to point out that Blame Fables and his amazing friends will be making a quick return in October as part of the Comics Curing Cancer program. Fable, I believe I see you in the chat, so let us know what day that is. I think it's early October, if I remember correctly. But everybody get ready to go up there. Comics Curing Cancer is a really, really solid organization that has been put together by members of the comic book YouTube community, and they are raising money to help cure cancer. Speaking of which, our dear friend Jen, from Comics Will Break Your Heart, has been fighting this battle against cancer for a good long while now, and she really, really needs our help. So before you ever consider throwing a super chat tonight to help us get to the firehouse, you know what? That can wait. But there's a link pinned at the top of the chat for her GoFundMe, and she really could use a lot of support from us in the community. So seriously, consider hitting that link and throwing anything you can her way. It would be greatly appreciated, I'm sure by her, but definitely by the rest of us in the community who love Jen so much. She has been a part of this channel. She is an absolutely amazing human being, and we need to step up for her. So if y'all feel so inclined, please go check out that link. I'll give you a little bit of time to do it. We now pause for station identification. Let's see those stations. All right, everybody, we're going to take a look at the chat real quick, see what's up, see what y'all want to talk about. But before we get into that, we got to officially kick off the show with your very own and official First Five. All right, we're going through my DVD collection. That's right, the DVDs. These are the things that I just couldn't let go of, or things I haven't upgraded yet to Blu-ray. Mostly we have discovered that it's a lot of Disney films and some television stuff, so let's get into it. We're kicking it off with Jungle Book. First of all, I love these DVDs that they used to do. Like, I love Disney VHS. I love Disney DVDs. I like the Disney Blu-rays and stuff too. But man, like, just these slips, the packaging. And Jungle Book's one of my favorites, 100%. It's the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Shit, it's already starting, y'all. Then we got Key Largo. You know, we don't talk about a lot of classic movies on the channel. Maybe we should do more. And I mean, it's classic, like way back in the day. You know what I'm saying? But I am a big fan of Humphrey Bogart, especially his stuff with Lauren Bacall. But Key Largo, really solid movie, also has Edward G. Robinson. So when you see those three names in a movie, trust me, you're going to like it. Then, how about Kids in the Hall Season 1? I never upgraded to getting any of the other seasons. I would like to own them, but this is like one of my favorite shows. When I was a kid, growing up as a teenager in the 90s, on the Comedy Channel, they would show reruns, I guess, of Kids in the Hall all the time. And I loved this show. So I got the first season, but I don't have the rest. We'll get to it eventually. There's Lady and the Tramp. Lady and the Tramp. This is a great movie. Another one of those cool Disney platinum editions. Yeah, I love Disney films, and it's like, I don't know, but for some reason, especially with the accessibility of some of these films on Disney Plus, it doesn't seem very urgent to upgrade them. Except for this, pretty soon all the physical media at Disney will be locked in the vault because they're gonna stop fucking doing it. All right, here's a little known movie that I think is amazing from one of my favorite directors that doesn't get enough shine put on his name nowadays. That's Steven Soderbergh. The Limey. If y'all have never seen The Limey, I need to add it to PCP Movie Night. I'm actually working on the list right now for PCP Movie Night, January and February. And I'm going to add The Limey to that. See if we can fit it in. If you have any recommendations for movies for us to do on PCP Movie Night, the trick is send me the movie. And that's usually what happens. But The Limey stars Terrence Stamp. It is such a good movie. If you've never seen this movie, you really deserve to check it out. 100%. All right, and that has been your very own official First Five. All right. Taking a look at the chat, see what's up with everybody. We got GT Key Comic in the house. We got the artist formerly known as Jesse Say What with the station. Nice to see you. Entropy and Comics in the house saying greetings, community. Well, greetings to you, Entropy. How you doing? Chill Out Man says, was wondering if we are going live tonight. I can look for a job tomorrow. We are rocking tonight with Robbie Billups. So get your smokes, your drinks, and your loved ones, and let's station the stream. Station the stream. Hell yeah. And let's do exactly what you say. We got our smoke. We got our drink. And we got our loved ones because we're all here together. And we're going to station the shit out of this show. What's up, everybody? All right, then we got James in the house. What's up? Says, let's do it, chill. Popping the booms tonight. Booming the pops tonight, my bad, on Rockin Robbie Live. We got R. Ariaga in the house. We got Duffy in the house. R. Ariaga says, it feels like months since the last Rockin Robbie Live. Yeah, it does. It's been 21 days. The last one was on September 1st. But don't worry, we are back. See, so I fully intended on doing Rockin Robbie Live the following week. And was that the week Bueller was here? Yeah, I think that was the week Bueller was here. And I didn't do it because Bueller, I see you in the chat. Bueller can tell you that on Sunday morning, I was feeling pretty rough. No lie. Just going to say maybe we overdid it a little bit trying to party with Bueller. Bueller hung, though. Hung 100% with us. I'm going to tell you this, man. Saturday night, shit hit me. I didn't eat that day. I didn't realize I didn't eat that day. Not really. And at a certain point, I go, Bueller, we got to go home. And you got to drive my drunk ass home. And Bueller did. Bueller was fucking awesome. Bueller had a great time with him. Bueller is one of my favorite people that I've ever met, period. And I'm not just going to say from YouTube or from the comic book community or anything like that. No, Bueller's one of the best people I've ever met. That dude is true. There is no bullshit with Bueller. The Bueller that you see online is actually just the tip of the iceberg of the awesomeness that is my buddy Travis Bueller Noakes. 100% friends for life. I love you so much, and it was great hanging with you. And by the way, Big Booty Judy says hello. So there you go. And Brooklyn says hello too. That man's a slayer. Let me tell you that. He's got the scrot neck, as we call it here. Mad Bomber, what is up? Is Robbie in Birmingham? No, I'm close to Birmingham. I'm in Huntsville, but not Birmingham. We got Fable down in the chat. What is up, my man? How you doing? Fable, if you're here, 9-panel grid, what's up? Easy Dick Eric, how you doing, man? Y'all get ready. I'm about to want to see some links thrown out in the chat. So if you go ahead and get the Comic Journey interview and the show I did with Uncanny Omar about Evergreen Marvel omnibuses, get ready to drop those, please. That would be great. What's up, James? I've already said what's up to you. Now you're saying what's up to everybody else. I was bragging about y'all, I think yesterday, where I was like, yeah, I love it, man. People come in and I'll look at the chat, and most of the chat is everybody saying what's up to each other, throwing out their stations, sending out some love, showing some love to everybody, right? I love that about our community. You know, you can go to other channels here on YouTube and in this industry, in this field, or outside of that, and a lot of the chats, you know, they're all right. It's fine. It's cool. Not talking shit about anybody's chats. But our chats are the best, yo, because I think they're the most welcoming and inclusive and inviting out there. PCP is who we are because of you, and you're a part of it. You're PCP Army, y'all. Some would call us a cult. We had Dean Pool in the house. Noisemakers of knowledge. All right, how you doing? Bueller, where the hell have you been? Where the hell you been, man? I guess you've been in Chattanooga, Tennessee, Georgia, Washington. Now you're in Baltimore. Kind of jealous, but not really. Had a great time last night. Hung out with some of our friends last night, Bueller. I should message you and let you know what was going down. Didn't go to karaoke, but we did go to the Goose, the bar, you know, that's near the karaoke bar with cheaper alcohol, and super fun times. But I did just explain it. All right, so the first week that we missed Rockin' Robbie Live was because I was too fucking smashed hungover from dealing with Bueller for the whole fucking weekend. And then the next week, last week, was actually a planned break because it was going to be us filming our next episode or the next footage for the paranormal project that we're working on. And that got postponed because of rain. And I was like, you know what? We're just going to chill. We're going to take it off anyway. Probably should have went live, but we didn't. But anyway, we're live now. We plan on being live next week and the week after. So we'll see what happens. The name changes is in the house. What is up? Dean Poole says, we are magical. Hell yeah, I agree. I really do agree. Just on my phone flashed up. Was that Bueller? I knew it was Bueller. Send me pictures. Try and make me jealous. Let's see. Who's here? Goddamn phone. I can't share that. But that was a good one, Bueller. James says, Bueller loved the hiking tips. Where's my comic shop? It's in Alabama. Huntsville, Alabama. Contemporary Comics is in the house saying, my team also lost. Well, we can commiserate together. Bill says, go Steelers. I like the Steelers. 9-Panel Grid says, being a Cowboys fan can't be as excruciating as it is being a Bears fan. Maybe, but at the same time, not everybody's always trying to gang up on the Bears, and not everybody derives immense pleasure from when the Bears lose any game. And that's what happens. And, you know, when the Bears lose a game, is all of sports football talk for the week about them? Sometimes, I guess. I mean, we're not trying to compare suffering. Bruh, you know I'm not clenched. Waiting for the hockey start. October 9th, going to be a great season. Hockey? Oh, hockey. Like Hockey. Gotcha. Fable says Transformers 1 is greater than the Cowboys. All right. That's good. I hear it's really good. I'm very excited. Bueller says, if I send you a super chat, will you turn a damn light on? Bueller had this thing when he was in the studio. He says it's too dark in here. I don't think it's dark in here. I think it's cinematic and atmospheric and moody is what I think. So there you go. So, nah, Bueller, I will forego your super chat. I'll keep my lighting. Well, let's ask the chat. Is it too dark? Is Rockin' Robbie Live too dark? I don't think it's too dark. I think it looks nice. I'm sorry I'm not in a fucking bus, Bueller, fucking on some shitty-ass Wi-Fi connected to my Starlink, fucking begging and praying that I can make it through this Dynamite show. I'm just teasing. Bueller knows that. I want y'all to know that too. Contemporary Comics says some good interviews recently on the channel. Yeah, we had Mariano, brother of Fabian, both Nicieza brothers. We had Mariano on talking about the upcoming Transformers 40th anniversary trading card set. That was super cool. Before that, we had Brandon Montclair, who's the writer of the new DuckTales comic coming out. So that's cool. Before that, we had Sweeney Boo talking about Cruella de Vil and her work and career, and some guy named Bueller. So yeah, and this week on Friday, we have Alex Segura on the channel, who is the writer of the upcoming Green Hornet Miss Fury comic, but as well as the writer of Dick Tracy right now, which is kicking ass, and I cannot wait to talk to him about Dick Tracy. We got CNSS84 up in the house. What's up? Sup. All right, Fable show for the as part of the Comics Curing Cancer is going to be October 5th at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So everybody mark that in your calendars right now. We got Big Herm in the house. What is up, my man? Dude, you've been making the go-rounds too, dude. Hell yeah, man. Good seeing you out there. We got Inja Binja in the chat. Station, how you doing? Bueller says, Robbie's DVD collection wouldn't fit in my storage units. It's ridiculous. Well, I think you're talking about my movie collection in general. The DVD collection should totally be able to fit in your storage unit. Unless your storage unit's like a comic book box. You know what? That might be the size of your storage unit. It might actually be your storage unit is a small box at somebody's house right now. So, I guess I shouldn't assume. I guess I shouldn't. The chat dropped on me. Where are we at? Name changer says, some love for kids in the hall. They're all from Toronto, methinks. Yeah, I think so. Cowboy Hulk is here. How's it going, everybody? Station. Terrence Stamp, legend, says Contemporary Comics. I agree. We got Two Gun Pedro in the house. Pew pew. How you doing? Two Gun says, I'll send you some movies, Robbie. You've already influenced a lot of the 2025 lineup, trust me. But yeah, send as many as you want. We'll try to fit them in. Name Changer says, since I mentioned Toronto, gotta say go Oilers. All right. A bunch of people doing the pew pew. I love it. I love it. Everybody go vote for the cbcawards.org. Somebody please throw out a link. cbcawards.org. PCP is nominated in 7 categories. Vote for us if you feel so inclined. But please vote for Two Gun Pedro for the Blue Wrench Award. And please vote for One Collection Get Down, a.k.a. Fable, for Community Builder. And please vote for Eric over at 9 Panel Grid for Best New Channel. And vote for Nick Comic Culture whenever you can, unless he's up against me. Unless you feel like he deserves it more than me. And then go for it. Yeah, Bueller is awesome. Yep, and Bueller says he's coming back, even after saying that he would never drive down to Alabama again. Weather's breaking a little bit. Today was hot as fuck, though, man. Today and yesterday were hot as fuck. Happy equinox, by the way, everybody. Oh, thank you for throwing out the links out there to the shows I did with Near Mint Condition and Comic Journey. Duffy says, at least Philly pulled it out today. Fuck Philly. I mean that in the most sincere way possible. Contemporary says, ambiance, not too dark. James says, heck no, it's not too dark. Light a candle and put on some Marvin Gaye and let's get your freak on. Hell yeah. Joe says, the Green Hornet comic is coming out great, by the way. Yeah, Joe is actually the editor of that book. So we're going to have Alex on Friday. Joe, if there's something I should throw out in the like during the interview, like to stump him or get him, you let me know. Now, I have seen some of the artwork from it, and it's a great looking book. I'm really impressed with Dynamite lately. Not only have they gone after some licenses that have been kind of underutilized in comics. They've done a great job with them. Space Ghost, Johnny Quest, those are 2 really solid books right now. And the art in some of their books is getting way better. I don't think that they've always had the strongest interior artists. But even the most recent, like, Red Sonja book, what is it called? Red Sonja, Death and the Devil, I think. The interior artwork on that was amazing. And the art in the upcoming Green Hornet book is going to be great too. And we'll be talking about with Alex about that on Friday at 11 a.m. Central Time, noon Eastern. Comic Book Therapy says, brother, so nice to see the hat again. Well, I was supposed to get a haircut a couple weeks ago, and then my stylist had some stuff come up, and so I am now almost 2 weeks overdue. I got my appointment set for Thursday, but it's rough. It's rough. I could not get it handled today. It was trying to do some weird Wolverine shit, and I just couldn't abide. So I was like, let's just throw on the Yankees cap tonight. Who is Big Belly Judy? Big Booty Judy. She is a local wrestler in my town that I think sprung Bueller pretty well. They lost again last night, Bueller. They fucking cheated. The fucking Lord's Army, the Canadian asshole, cheated again. And fucking they lost. God damn these cheaters. My storage unit is a short box. Seriously, that made me laugh. Big Herm says magic number for the division is 1. Let's go Yankees. Hell yeah. Chill Out Man says, my favorite interview was CJ, Comic Journey. You did an outstanding job, Robbie. You made me proud of Station, brother. You may not like me, but I still love you, Robbie. Keep rocking. What makes you think we don't like you, Chill Out Man? What are you talking about? We love you. I love seeing you in the movie review chats and shit like that. What are you talking about? We love you, Chill Out Man. Get out of here. You're crazy. Hey, Bob Fisher's in the house. What is up, my man? Thank you for throwing out the link to the CBC A's. Fable. Sledhead says, vote with your heart. I agree. Vote for whoever the fuck you want, but please vote for Two Gun Pedro and Fable and Eric. They really need it. Trust me. There's some sad sacks. They really need it. Brother Joe says, how the hell do I watch you and football, Robbie? Well, you just have one on and then the other. It's fine. It's easy. You could also watch me on the replay. You could. Yeah, very friendly people here. We're the best. Dynamite Fire and Ice was fire, says Contemporary. Yo, no lie. Like, I know it was a big ass long gap between 2 and 3, but man, Leonardo Manco's artwork leveled up in issue number 3. I thought that shit looked great. Great. Bob Fisher says, my favorite Yankee is Mariano Rivera. That's a good choice. Second is David Wells. All right, that's nice. My favorite Yankee of all time is, it's a tie. It's a tie between Don Mattingly, Joe DiMaggio, Lou Gehrig, Reggie Jackson. It's, I don't know. Don Mattingly was my first baseball love, really. So Don Mattingly's a big deal. Lou Gehrig, of course. Joe DiMaggio, though, when I played baseball when I was younger, my number was 5 because I was a big Joe DiMaggio fan. Also, Jeter. I'm sorry, you can't shit on Jeter. And Mariano Rivera, the greatest closer of all time, and probably will always be, at least in my lifetime. So, hell yeah. And Chill Out Man says, I'm drunk already. You must not ever take anything I say seriously. I feel the same way about myself, Chill Out Man. Well, I'm not drunk right now, but we can see what happens. I don't know. I ain't got no tequila tonight. I've been slowing up on the tequila since the Bueller weekend. Yeah. Hey, BlackBox Comics in the house. What is up? Sledhead says, DiMaggio for me, but Mattingly is up there as well. Hell yeah, I love Don Mattingly. 00711 says, Station all, sorry about them Cowboys, Robbie. It's all right. It is what it is. It is what it is. How about, fuck you, Marcus. You see what I'm fucking saying? Do people that are Bears fans, do people have to do this fucking shit? Like, how about them Bears? Like, I don't know. The Bears, do people come up to you and troll Eric when you lose a game and go, the Bears, or do they feel sorry for you? With the Cowboys, people act like we're, like, I don't know. I think more people take pleasure in the Cowboys losing than their own teams winning. So, fuck the Chiefs. Fuck circumstances. You want to start some drama? Let's start some drama, motherfucker. Big Herm says, never seen Joe, the Babe, or Mantle play, so I didn't name them as my favorites. Well, I didn't see Joe or the Babe or Mickey play, like, in person or on TV live. Like, doesn't mean they're not my favorites. Out of my favorites that I've ever seen play, Don Mattingly, Derek Jeter, Mariano Rivera. Mattingly's only flaw was his sideburns. Are you trying to make the bit from The Simpsons? I thought that was Wade Boggs that they did that with. Could be wrong. But if you're talking about the Simpsons bit, I very vividly remember that. But I think it was Wade Boggs, who was a Yankee, most known as a Red Sox, but still a Yankee. You weren't kidding, Big Herm. I know exactly who you are and how you act. To be fair, a team that calls itself America's team better be ready to get some shit. Okay, sure. No, I get it, man. I get it. It's fine. We don't have to win Super Bowls to be like the most fucking money-making franchise out there. 9-panel grid. Ken Griffey's grotesquely swollen jaw. Steve Saxon is run-in with the law. I saw David Wells in a P.F. Chang's. He was putting away those noodles. I bet he was. Wasn't that the dude who did a perfect game, like hung over his shit? Or some shit like that? That's a great episode of The Simpsons. It really is. All right, how's everybody doing? So, yeah, all right, let's talk about this, the comic journey thing. All right, well, first, before that, so I was on near mint condition. Our good buddy, my new best friend, Uncanny Omar, invited me on to talk about, with a panel of people. I don't think there was like 10 of us or some shit, right? But there's a big panel of people. I think there was 9, actually, because it looked like Hollywood squares. And I wanted to be the center square, but I didn't want to, like, try to, like, push into it, but I wasn't the center square. You know, if you know me, I usually like to be the center square, like to be the Joan Rivers of the show. So I was on near mint condition, and we had this like discussion where everybody was picking what should be evergreen Marvel events, which y'all know that I don't think there are many evergreen Marvel events, right? So I went in there with the perspective of everybody's going to be picking Infinity Gauntlet and Civil War and shit like that, like rightly so, right? So I want to go with another thing. And I did something that only one other person on that panel did, and I got all 3 of my picks in the final top 10. My picks were the OG Secret Wars, because, I mean, that set the precedent for Marvel crossovers, Marvel events. I don't give a shit if people think it was just there to sell toys. That's fine. It's still dope, and it's still very memorable, and it's still a great Doctor Doom story, and it had lasting change to the Marvel Universe. We don't have Venom without Secret Wars. We don't have She-Hulk as a member of the Fantastic Four without Secret Wars. We don't have the Beyonder without Secret Wars. We don't have Doctor Doom and his always search for power, like elevated to the part where he's stealing the power of the Beyonder, and then we never get Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars. So I picked OG Secret Wars. I picked Maximum Carnage, because Maximum Carnage to me is something that should always be in print. And I thought about this as a retailer too, especially with these next 2. So it was Secret Wars, which is for the most part gets kept in print. But Maximum Carnage doesn't always stay in print. And it's boggling my mind because that's one of the highest selling trades I have when it's in print. And every time I get the back issues, they fly away like that. People love them some Venom. They love them some Carnage. And what's great about that is it introduces a lot of people to Justice and Firestar of the New Warriors, Deathlock, Captain America's in it, Iron Fist is in it. And then just like, I love Cletus's like macabre extended family with Shriek and the Doppelganger and the Demigoblin and Carrion, and it just keeps growing. And then Cloak and Dagger are in there on the good guy side. Maximum Carnage, 100%. And then my final pick was Onslaught, which did not realize that Uncanny Omar, I don't think, is a big Onslaught fan. But me and somebody else, I don't remember her name, on the channel, we both picked Onslaught and made really great cases for it. And we got Onslaught in the top 10 list, y'all. Boom, boom, boom. Pop, pop, pop. You know what I'm saying? It was super fun. So go check it out in the replay. Eric threw out a link earlier. Eric, if you could throw out another link right now so people can go, save it, put it on their watch list, and check out that show. It was such a good time. It was really, really fun. And Omar was the only person I knew on that panel. And I walked away loving all those people. There were a couple dudes, I can't remember the name of their channel right now, that were from a channel that I've seen, that I've watched. Rom V was on there not too long ago. And it was cool getting to see them and meet them and tell them that I watched their channel. Comic Pals. And then one of the dudes there is like formerly of Wizard Magazine. So that was cool. That kind of felt like a full circle moment in my life, that I wound up on a panel with somebody from Wizard Magazine. Apparently the guy responsible for having the price guide in the back. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, I thought he had really great points and really cool stuff. He took it pretty seriously though. Enough. Fucking Onslaught, Maximum Carnage, Secret Wars. I got all three of them in the top fucking 10, y'all. We can do it. We're convincing. All right, and then Comic Journey. So CJ and me, we didn't know what the dynamic of our relationship was supposed to be, right? I got introduced to Comic Journey last year when I heard somebody sent me a message, somebody hollered at me, and they were like, hey man, there's a panel of like a bunch of grown-ass men complaining about you being nominated for best hair and beard. And I was like, really? I got to see this. So I went on there and saw it. And then CJ, Comic Journey, he called me Jimmy Neutron, which I thought was funny, and I mentioned it. I said something in the chat, and I started chatting with him then. And from that moment, I was like, we need to do something together. And then, a year or so goes by. The new season of the CBC Awards are here. I'm nominated for Most Comedic Content Creator, and that seems to bother him, too. And, of course, he hasn't let go of the hair thing. But I think CJ's a pretty funny dude, and he breaks balls, and there are channels out there that are like super dramatic, and I don't think CJ is drama. I think CJ likes to fuck around with drama, and sometimes drama happens on CJ's channel. This kind of bullshit, but I wasn't worried about being on that show, and honestly, me and CJ got along really, really well. I like that dude. I think he's cool. We had a great conversation. Went for like 3 hours. It was a good show. And honestly, we got like, first of all, and this is something that somebody told me backstage. They were like, he was trying to find something. He was trying to find some drama. He was trying to dig out some stuff. CJ told me, he's like, I've been trying to dig in, trying to dive in. I found just a couple of things, but for the most part, I can't find anything negative about you or the PCP Army. And no, you won't, because we live by the code of station, which is be excellent to each other and party on, dudes. We're not a dramatic place. We're not a dramatic community. We talk shit, but not in a bad way. If we talk shit about you, that means that we love you. If we don't talk about you, that means who knows? You know what I'm saying? So he couldn't find shit on you, PCP Army. So y'all need to be very, very proud of that. And in fact, if you could do me a favor, and this would be really fun, if everybody could go to Comic Journey's channel or go to that video. Somebody will throw out a link, 9-panel grid, please. Somebody throw out a link to that, right? And everybody go into the comments and just say station. You don't need anything else. Just say station. Just say station. And I would love that. He thinks we're the cult of station here. Maybe we are, maybe we're not. I don't fucking know. But station means be excellent to each other and party on. And that's what we do here. We try to be excellent to each other, and we just try to live our best lives and have some fun. So there you go. But having conversation with CJ was dope. I really like that guy. So he's on my cool list. But please go to that and just drop a station in the chat, in the comments. That would be really fucking funny. Not the comments here. You can do it here, but do it at Comic Journey. I would really appreciate that. Sleepy Reader, what is up? Says CJ makes me think of Rodney Dangerfield. Yeah, there's a little bit of that in there, 100%. Sticky Goose Comics is in the house. Says not enough drama. Well, okay, it happens. What's up, buddy? How you doing? You've inspired me to create a new shirt that says, I have strong opinions. And you can tell your wife I do love movies and I do love doing the movie content. So anyway, good to see you, Sticky Goose. I don't think I've ever seen you in our chats. What's up, man? Everybody say station to Sticky Goose. Say what's up. Send him a sticker if you have any. Nah, it's good to see you here, buddy. Who else is here? Cantonese Comic Kid, what is up? How you doing? Well, Sticky, thank you for being here for the first time. I appreciate it. Chill Out Man says, I left a station in his comments just because he said he didn't like it. You got it. Okay, so CJ, you know, a lot of our shit talking, it's just like, I don't need to over explain it, right? But like, we're just breaking balls. And right before we started the show, we just had a nice little conversation. And apparently he did, I don't remember this, but apparently he did cut in line in front of me at the bar at Heroes Con. And so he thought that I didn't like him because of that. And I didn't really remember that. But I was like, dude, if you see me at the bar at Heroes Con, I'm probably like I'm so distracted by everybody that's around and shit like that. But apparently I think he cut in front of me when I was talking to Trad Moore. But you know what? Who cares? It's a rough thing to try to get a drink at that bar, at that hotel at Heroes Con. 100%. We got John Stout in the house. What is up? All right, we got Sticky and Circumstances in the chat, so mods, be ready. Just keep it simple. Marcus, why are you always stirring up drama with people, by the way? You fucking love it, dude. I know people like you. I've met Marcus in person. Marcus is a super cool dude. But, man, you love fucking drama, don't you? I know people like that. I wish a motherfucker would. It's just fucking cracking me up, man. All right, what else we got to talk about? We can get to all that stuff later. Yeah, how about this? It's the 20th anniversary of Lost today, I believe. So I was on social media earlier, and I see all these Lost things popping up, like big moments from Lost, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, holy shit, is today the day? 20 years since the debut of Lost, which I think is one of the greatest television shows of all time. I know a lot of people got their issues with it, especially the ending. I think they just don't get it, but that's just me. I love Lost, such a character-driven show with some really interesting concepts that lost its way for a moment and then pulled it back together and wound up being a really interesting science fiction show that I absolutely loved. First of all, do you like Lost? Do you hate it? Let me know right now in the chat. And man, how old do we feel right now that it's the 20th anniversary of Lost, y'all? I remember watching that first episode, the first two, I guess, they aired at my girlfriend at the time's house. And I didn't watch any more. And then I started watching it again towards the middle of season 2. And then they released the DVD, and I like binged through that, finally binged through season 2. And like from 3 on, I was every single week, every Wednesday, it was me and a crew we would have together to watch Lost. And all week long, we're talking about like theories about what's actually going on and shit like that. Lost is great. Lost is great. Edson is here. First time watching it live. Station. Well, thank you. Thank you. You look like a Little League baseball umpire. Thank you. If I had children, I would go for that career, but I think it'd be weird, like just some 40-year-old with no kids being like, yeah, I'd like to be a Little League baseball umpire, and I'm just there just to fucking I don't know. For some reason in my head, I got this idea of like a grown-ass man with no kids of his own, like becoming a Little League baseball umpire and being like the fucking dickiest fucking Little League umpire out there and just like talking all this shit to these kids to be like, strike, have better eyes, or some shit like that. That just cracks me up. Somebody should write that. It sounds like an Adam Sandler movie. Funk Doctor says, sup, Robbie? I'm about to go see Andre 3000 put it down on his flutes. Have a good one. Lost is dope, but the ending sucked. All right, Funk Doctor. Fair enough. Hell yeah, Andre 3000. That flute shit was weird, wasn't it? That's weird. This dude, like, I remember hearing, like, somebody's like, dude, Andre's got an album coming out. It's like, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. I'm a big Outkast fan, right? In particular, like, Andre. Like, when him and Big Boy did the Speakerbox Love Below album, I love Speakerbox. But, man, Love Below is something I still listen to weekly almost, right? And I remember when it dropped, and I listened to it, and I was like, okay. All right. We can dig it. 7711 says, Lost is greater than Game of Thrones. Edson says, love Lost, even the ending. Circumstances says, I refuse to ever watch Lost. R. Ariaga says, Comics Journey has been stationed. Fuck yeah. Circumstances says, trolling Comic Journey is really such a wonderful endeavor. Bravo. Well, we only troll those we love. CJ's part of my crew now. Not really. Not part of the crew. He's not part of the official PCP Excitable crew. But he's a homie for sure. CJ was very uplifting. He was actually kind of inspirational. Him, Bueller, and Jim Mint on that chat were very encouraging of PCP and our ability to hit 100K, which is not something I think we can do. I wouldn't know how to do that. There's not that many people that read. There's not that many Wednesday Warriors out there. But we do have the movie reviews that are starting to really kick up some steam. But I don't know. For the most part, I'm just a new comic book day guy, So we'll see. All right. We're about to take a quick break. As we take this break, do you think PCP could reach 100K subscribers here on YouTube? And if so, how? Let's have that conversation when we get back here on Rockin' Robbie Live.
Thank you.
Hey everybody, Rockin Robbie here, and I want to talk to you about Big Mix Vintage Video. Right now in Huntsville, Alabama, you can go and rent movies from an actual video store. Now this is run by my good homie of over 20 years, David. So go let him know that PCP sent you. This dude's got over 18,000 movies. That's right, he's got DVDs, he's got Blu-rays, he's got 4Ks, hell, he's got VHS and Laserdisc. He's got an exceptional collection of your favorite filmmakers, your favorite film franchises, and he really specializes in hard-to-find, unheard of horror movies. This dude is where it's at. He's my go-to source for those hard-to-get movies that I don't want to spend a freaking bundle on Amazon or eBay to get. It's just a nice old school kind of vibe when you go in. One of the best video stores I've ever been at. If you're in Huntsville, Alabama, go to 309 Dallas Street and check out Big Mix Vintage Video. Follow them on Instagram and Facebook, and you can email them at bigmixvintage@gmail.com. Hey everybody, welcome back here to Pop Culture Philosophers. Welcome, in fact, back to Rockin Robbie Live. I am your host, Rockin Robbie Billups. We've already had a great show today. Me commiserating about my Cowboys lost, me commiserating about my Auburn Tigers, but me celebrating the Yankees. So that's pretty freaking cool. We're in the midst of Horror Fest. We got lots of cool stuff, but go check out Pop Culture Philosophers on Facebook and Instagram. If you're on Facebook, join the PCP Army. That's the official Pop Culture Philosophers Facebook group. We are most active in the PCP Army and on Instagram outside of YouTube here. You can follow me on X if you want to at the Rockin Robbie, and you can support the channel at patreon.com/PCP or with Super Chat tonight, and we are 50 away from our Firehouse Ghostbusters playset goal. And once we hit that goal, we'll get that Ghostbusters Firehouse playset, and we're going to do a specific video about the Ghostbusters toy line, including the Ecto-1, the Firehouse playset, and some of the figures. So that's going to be super fun. Yeah, for sure. We're in the midst of Horror Fest right now. So Horror Fest continues. Where's the button? Horror Fest continues tonight on Dylan's Horror Show as they talk about Innocent Blood. Tomorrow night on PCP Movie Night, we're going to be talking about Ghoulies and Ghoulies 2. That should be a fun conversation. And over at Blood Splatter Chatter on Thursday, the Mortuary Collection. So we're just getting started still on Horror Fest. We're not even halfway through yet, y'all. I think we're about to hit the halfway mark, actually. Still got tons of movies to talk about. Tons of stuff to do. It's fun. It's super exciting. It's very cool. Don't forget that on October 5th, you can catch Blame Fable and his amazing friends over as a part of Comics Curing Cancer. Definitely something worth checking out, as well as checking out the pinned comment at the top and helping our good friend Jen out in her fight right now against cancer. She could really use your support and your help, and we appreciate you thinking to do so. All right, let's take a look at the chat, see where we were. Sticky Goose says, you would take that shit really seriously, trolling the kids. Man, that would be fun as shit. This is to be an asshole, primo dick umpire in Little League. That would be great. And then like I'm writing this story right now, right? And so it's somebody who wants to be an umpire. Maybe they got kicked out of the big leagues because of some bad calls or some bad attitudes, right? Like think like Adam Sandler. Like Adam Sandler's in my brain. This feels like an Adam Sandler vehicle from the 90s. But think about his character in Anger Management or some shit like that, right? And like, you know, he gets kicked out of the majors, winds up just going down to the minors, gets kicked out of there, right? And so it would be like the Bull Durham of Little League umpires is what it could be. There's a lot of potential there. If anybody wants to take that idea, go with it. Otherwise, I can write up a treatment. Hey, we got Stu in the house. What is up, station? How are all you beautiful people tonight? The beautiful people, the beautiful people. It's a good song. It's a good song. It's a good album, actually. We are talking about Lost. It's the 20th anniversary of Lost today. Contemporary says, I binged the Lost DVDs. That and Battlestar Galactica were legit mid-2000s TV for the win. Yeah, that's like a golden age right there. Sopranos wrapping up. You got Deadwood going on. All the HBO stuff, really, honestly. Some really great stuff in television from that era. Circumstances says, Andre 3000 is my second favorite rapper. Hell yeah, you got some good taste, man. I knew there was something I liked about you, Marcus. My bad, Circumstances. Fable says CJ did a great job talking about Comics Journey. Hell yeah. Chill Out Man says, Fable, I love your opinions on a Dark Song, bro. You were amazing. I loved his opinions on it too. I liked it a little bit more, but so did Stu, but I loved Fable's opinions on it. They were all very legit. Stu says, She Lives in My Lap is my friggin' jam. She lives in my lap. Oh, she lives in my lap. Forever my Beyonce. Ooh, she lives in my lap. Did I say Beyonce? Fiance. Forever my fiance. Don't need no change. Make me want you. Make me miss you. Make me wonder where you are, then forget you. Girl, remind me just who we are. We're oh so close, and yet so far. Fucking love that song. My favorite on the album, bruh. Stu, me and you, 2 peas in a pod. And the pod's called Andre 3000, The Love Below. Fuck yeah. Circumstances says edited videos. Bruh. I know we don't know each other too much, but one thing I think you can figure out from me is I don't like editing videos. So, that's something CJ told me. He's like, just get some fucking kid to do it. Just find some kid you can give like some bubble gum to edit some videos together for you. Contemporary says, just hit 100 subs. Station, that's the hardest 100 to fucking get, bruh. Trust me. That is nothing to slack on. So congratulations. Everybody throw out a congrats to Contemporary. Sleepy Reader says, nudity would get you to 100K. I'll tell you this. I noticed our buddy S. Vaughn, was it 84? He's been doing these erotic comic videos, which you gotta be careful with. If you want to be monetized, I know he just unlocked monetization, so be careful. Be careful. But he just did one on Tijuana Bibles and got 13K views on that. Yeah, we could do that. Should I do a run through of the Cherry Pop-Tart comic books? I got him. I got some Milo Manera. Should we go that route? Should we get fucking filthy? We talk about filthy movies. Why not filthy comics? Let's do it. Funk Doctor says, R.I.P. John Cassidy. Texas lost a true treasure. Yes, 100%. John Cassidy was a great artist, responsible for one of my favorite comic books of all time, Planetary. Really great work and gone way too soon. Chill Out Man says train, coach, teach, and hire Chill. So he can learn how to make YouTube videos. That's how we'll make our goal or get banned from the YouTube from when YouTube won. Oh, look at that. Two Gun sharing out his IG profile. Everybody go vote for Two Gun Pedro. Here's the thing. I don't care who you vote for the CBC Awards. No offense, Fable or Eric or PCP or Go Figure. I need y'all to vote for Two Gun Pedro. We got to make this happen. Two Gun Pedro is the best supporter out there. He's great. He's amazing. He's awesome. Go vote for Two Gun Pedro for the Blue Wrench Award. Silhouette says, what's more hype to y'all, Absolute Green Lantern or New Gods? Do we got a creative team announced an Absolute Green Lantern? Al Ewing. I'm definitely more excited for New Gods by Ram V. I am not the hugest Al Ewing fan. I think he's got some cool concepts, but it's just the execution that doesn't always work for me. So, yeah, I'm less excited about that. I'm definitely excited for Ram V on New Gods. But what I'm really excited for is that new Batman book that just got announced by Dan Waters and Hayden Sherman. That's going to be fucking great. Trust me. I haven't read Ram's New Gods yet, but I have read the DC All-In special that kind of launches the Absolute Universe and sets up the next big storyline and leads into Ram V's New Gods run. And DC All-In is a very interesting special that I think is pretty cool. I need to reread it. I've also read Absolute Batman #1, and like half of me is like Absolute Batman #1 is one of the best Scott Snyder Batman books I've ever read. Nick Dragata's artwork is amazing, and this kind of feels fun and fresh. Then there's the other half of me that's like, some of this just feels fucking stupid. Some of this is just stupid. And I kind of like that, actually. And I think I'm going to read it again, but I think that like this is stupid and this is awesome are eventually going to kind of meet in the middle. And because sometimes stupid shit, like there's a moment in here that's going to have so many people being like, what the fuck? But then like, I don't know, just the fact that you did it, it's kind of fucking cool. I don't know. I don't want to get into it yet because obviously it's a spoiler, but I cannot wait to see what happens in the comic book review world when Absolute Batman hits. And I cannot wait for this discussion on the monthly comic book review. By the way, the monthly comic book review will be Friday at 6 p.m. Central Time. Who's going to be there? I don't know yet. Nobody's really committed yet, so we'll see. Might just be me and Nick. You never know. But for me, New Gods. New Gods is more hype for me. Hey, what's up, Rogue Collecting? Contemporary says, Halloween comics are starting to come out. Creepshow and a Rick and Morty Halloween special come out this week. Yeah, I'm skipping both of those. I tried to get into... Well, actually, I did pick up a copy of Creepshow because there's a James Stokoe story in it. They always get me in these first issues on these horror anthologies, and they lose me. That sounds like a good John Candy movie. Yeah, that would, especially from the late 80s, early 90s. What's your favorite John Candy movie? I might have to go with The Great Outdoors. I've always loved The Great Outdoors. Chocos, what is up? Sleepy says, Cherry Pop-Tart. That will get you there. Joko says, Happy Batman Day. My favorite books from DC of the last almost 10 years were reprinted. One Bad Day Riddler and Batman Elmer Fudd. Yeah, the Batman Elmer Fudd story is good. Hell yeah, do a top-down, bottoms-up on Cherry Pop-Tart. Are we allowed to do that? Can't be monetized. Be the biggest video on the channel. We not make a dime off of it. That's fine. Who cares? If it gets us to that goal of 100K, y'all, let's do it. We're going to start the branding. Next year is the 10th anniversary of PCP. Took us 10 years to hit 21,000. How many is it going to take to hit 100K? Are we going to be around? Hey, Guy Forge is here. Hey, bud. Just popping in to say hello. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing great. Hope y'all are doing well. Good to see you, buddy. Sleepy Reader says, Rom V is doing New Gods. My heart just stopped for a second. Yeah, he's doing New Gods, and it starts in a very interesting place. Read the DC All-In special when it drops in October. Really cool stuff. Interesting stuff. And Absolute Batman is pretty fucking interesting. I don't really know how I feel about it. Like I said, half of it's like dumb as fuck, and half of it's awesome. I think it makes it all awesome. I don't know. I have to really think about this. 9-Panel Grid says, I'm committed to the potential of being there. Sleepy, what are you doing Friday at 6 p.m. Central? You should join us for the monthly comic book review. Eric says, yes, the great outdoors is the best. The bald-headed killer bear. Yeah. You know what hot dogs are made out of, right? Was it lips and assholes? Is that what the fucking thing said? A dude who quotes Bill and Ted should have an appreciation for stupid and awesome synergy. I know, that's what I'm saying. I think I kind of like it. All right, but those books are out next month. Let's talk about books that are out this week. That's right, DC is dropping books this week on Wednesday, believe it or not. I've already read them. Let's talk about them. It's time for your DC Sneak Peek. All right, first up, we got The Flash number 13 by Cy Spurrier, Ramon Perez. This is the end of this big, giant story that they've been doing that has been challenging and confusing, but very interesting, with some of the best lettering in a mainstream superhero comic in years. In absolutely years. Seriously. Hassan Osman El How's lettering in this book, all the way through, has been freaking fantastic. So how does this conclusion to this year-long story, how does it tie up? It ties up confusing, challenging, and all about the power of love. Seriously, that's kind of where it winds up, but it's got a cheese factor to it. And this seems like something that at some point in the nearish, maybe distant, more nearish distant future, I would like to sit down and reread, but I don't know if the ending lived up to the challenging nature of the rest of the book. I thought it was all right. Then we got the ending of Absolute Power, Task Force 7. This one's written by Dan Waters. This is about the Martian Manhunter, a meso robot that Amanda Waller has put together, going after the Global Guardians and the Eurocorps and all this kind of stuff. So it's about kind of the perspective of the events of Absolute Power from the rest of the world. And it's all right. It's pretty solid. The art's pretty good. It's very dynamic, very kinetic. And it was all right. So all in all, this has been a pretty fun little series. But so is this. Absolute Power's Origins, issue number 3. This is the final issue. This story is by John Ridley, and it's been telling us how Amanda Waller gets from being a mother to becoming the architect of the latest DC event and being the big bad right now. And this book has been great. It's been great with casting judgment, but not judgment on a person, but judgment in a series of events. If that makes sense, I have had so much fun with this book, and it really has helped elevate Amanda Waller. I wish that more of this work had been done in the comics leading up into Absolute Power instead of just in this one shot or just in this 3-issue series, but it does work and it does fill in some of those gaps, and it does a great job, of taking the familiar story of Amanda Waller and the Suicide Squad and Task Force X and where we are today in Absolute Power and just giving it a little bit more flavor, a little bit more flair, and a little bit more connective tissue. Then we've got Green Arrow issue number, 16? Yeah, 16. I think this is Josh Williamson's last issue. Maybe there's one more, but I think this is his last issue before All In starts next week or next month, and 2 weeks. So this was a pretty solid one. It kind of... See, I get it all confused in my head because I've already read the last issue of Absolute Power. So, hold on. How's it lead in? It leads into Absolute Power number 4 pretty decently, pretty well, and it kind of does wrap up this Josh Williamson run on Green Arrow, but it does feel like there needs to be one more issue. There might be one more. I don't know for certain, but it was good. Then we got Outsiders, number 11, last issue. A lot of lasts at DC as we're gearing up for All In, launching next month. But Outsiders number 11, the final issue. This is a book that started with so much potential. It was a direct sequel to Planetary by Warren Ellis and John Cassaday, R.I.P. And it started losing me midway through, and it did not bring it together. I thought this was a very unsatisfactory ending I didn't really dig it that much. I thought it was alright. All in all, I probably won't go back to this series, and it's best just to let Planetary be Planetary. But then we got the Lobo Cancellation Special. The Lobo Cancellation Special. This book is awesome, and this is your DC pick of the week. This is freaking amazing. So it's just a one-shot comic, $5.99. It takes place at some point in Lobo's story where he has been stranded on another planet for some time, and some people come to get him off of that planet by giving him a contract. It's written by Kyle Starks. It's got artwork by Kyle Hotz. It is awesome. If you are an old school Lobo fan, you definitely need to check out this book. Like I said, it's not the start of a new series or anything, but it should be. It's just a special, but man, oh man, does this special rock. And if you like Lobo, you will love that book. Then we got Zatanna, Bring Down the House, issue number 4. Javier Rodriguez's artwork has been the number one thing about this book that's amazing, including his coloring, really interesting panel compositions, great choices on the color. Let me find a really good page. And this is in particular going to be about the relationship dynamic between John Constantine and Zatanna. Like I said, great artwork, a pretty solid story, a really great exploration on the dynamic, the personal dynamic between Zatanna and John Constantine. So I like it. I'm continuing to like it. We'll see how it wraps up. Speaking of wrapping up, we got Detective Comics 1089. That is the final issue of Detective Comics by Ram V. So that means this is the last time, well, the penultimate last time, because I get to say this again when I do the weekly comic book review. Ram V has crafted a truly giant, operatic, tragic, romantic, gothic tale that is sweeping and giant and huge, and it all comes together so perfectly well in this last issue, as well as setting things up for things to come, including Dan Waters' run on Nightwing, Detective Comics, the final issue by Ram V. Is it sad to see Ram V leave Detective Comics? Yes. But it's not sad to see a creator come in with a story, a long-form story, and be able to tell that long-form story, and then move on to something like New Gods that is very much intricately, very much importantly tied into the future of the DCU. All right. Yesterday was Batman Day, and this was released yesterday in most shops. You may have gotten it on Wednesday, but this is Batman The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween, issue number 0, the last work from Tim Sale. Really solid stuff here, basically explaining what's happened to Gilda and Harvey and how they come back together to set up this last Halloween story, which is not going to be drawn by Tim Sale, sadly, because we lost him a couple years ago. But other artists will jump in. But this is the final work by Tim Sale, and it was a pretty solid issue. It works as just a solid, self-contained story that sets up this week's Batman The Long Halloween, Last Halloween, issue number 1. This was cool. Eduardo Risso's artwork was amazing. He's doing his own thing, but at the same time still trying to capture the storytelling beats and vibe of Tim Sale, and it works. And it's going to be, it's setting up to be a really interesting concluding chapter in the trilogy. If we count Catwoman When in Rome as a spin-off, we don't count the Haunted Night specials, but if you have Long Halloween, Dark Victory, Last Halloween, this seems like it's going to do a great job of setting up what's to come. So I would definitely recommend both of these books. If you missed out on the 0 issue, there is a second print on the way. You can let your shop know that you want it. So to recap, Last Halloween starts strong in the 0 issue and the first issue. The first issue is out this Wednesday. Detective Comics wraps up Ram V's run in an excellent fashion. Zatanna, Bring Down the House, explores the relationship between John and Z. Then we've got Lobo, the Cancellation Special. If you're a Lobo fan, you need to read that book. Then we got Outsiders, kind of shit in the bed there at the end. Green Arrow, a decent conclusion to the Josh Williamson run, but it feels like there needs to be one more. Maybe there is. I could be wrong. Absolute Power Origins, I really liked this, but maybe it was too little too late building up the character enough for Absolute Power. But then this is like, how do I say this? maybe it's too little too late, because more of this work should have been done prior to Absolute Power kicking off. Task Force 7 sees the events of Absolute Power from the rest of the world's eyes. Oh, I got tape on this fucking Flash comic. All right. And then Flash number 13, kind of a weak ending to what has been a very challenging book. Surprisingly so. Anyway, that's been your DC Sneak Peek. All right, let's take a look at the chat before we move on. Ba-ba, ba-dum, ba-dum. Have you seen Henry and Glenn? No, I have not seen that, Sleepy. Sleepy says, I might be able to make that time work. Fuck yeah, you will. You better make it work. No, I've been wanting you back on the monthly for a while, especially once you started getting back into weekly comics, man. Loved your show with Spillio, though, this week. Good job. Brooklyn Man pops in and says, I just joined with Robbie saying lips and assholes. So, is this the right night? Yes, it is. We're all about lips and assholes here at PCP. Chris Condon taking over Green Arrow has me excited, says 9-Panel Grid. I know you're a big That Texas Blood fan. Brooklyn says, is Condon funny? Green Arrow needs a funny writer. It seems like a really tough book to write. Contemporary says, Lobo is on my pull list this week. Glad to hear it slaps. Silhouette says, didn't even know this was coming out. 9-Panel Grid about Condon says, wouldn't say he's funny, but he's written some quirky characters. Brooklyn is excited for Lobo. Silhouette says, it is sad, but I am so hyped for New Gods. Brooklyn says, tough to lose Rom V on Detective Amazing Run. Silhouette says, hot take, but I would rather have Rom on New Gods than Hickman on it. Raphael says, isn't the Batman is issue number 0 a reprint? Is it? Is it a reprint of the last Halloween or the Long Halloween special? Is it? Well, now we gotta check it out. It might be a reprint of that special. Prelude to Batman Long Halloween last Halloween. You thought you knew the whole story of Batman Long Halloween. You were wrong. The final collaboration between legendary creators Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale. This special uncovers a deadly mystery that could destroy Batman, Commissioner Gordon, Two-Face, and, well, that would be telling, wouldn't it? Don't miss out on the special prelude to the last Halloween. I don't think it's a remake, or I don't think it's a reprint of that special. I don't think so. I could be wrong. Who else read it? It came out yesterday. Some people probably got it. DC by Rom V. It's fire. I love the rescue part, and I think it was the intermezzo. Yes, the interlude, when that was probably the peak of the run. That was some really great shit right there. That was some really good stuff. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, how about a little bit of show and tell? And then we'll wrap up the stream. Having a good time here on Pop Culture Philosophers.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss that fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light, ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah bitch I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on the shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread, with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
So just, like, tell the story of...
Yeah, right there. Just kind of basically like you were saying the other day. Start? More about having fun and about going out and doing this.
I like the show.
Yeah.
I don't know.
At least it's me.
It's as much about us as it is to paranormal.
Here, find some shit.
The goal was that we're going to try and get abducted by aliens, or at least see if we could see the UFO encounter. What do you think's going to happen tonight?
Probably nothing.
Probably
but
nothing.
Best case scenario, man, we get sucked up there.
Yeah, if they'd arrested us, like, what would have happened? Like, we would have gone to jail and had to go to court, and they'd have showed up and looked stupid.
I'm just here to, like, you know, I'm super into, like, the idea of aliens and ultra-terrestrials and shit like that, so I want to see, like, what can we do?
And most people think of them as these nuts and bolts things, these creatures that are coming from another place, but it might not be that way. But we're also looking for this through line, this grand theory. You approach the high strangeness and all that kind of stuff, right? From like a sense of play, a sense of having fun, that's when you see it.
Exactly. And it pops across the sky and it just goes forward steady. It disappears.
Ultimately, we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. You see that? Right there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that moved. Oh! Alright, yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Walking through the woods looking for UFO.
You know, little dude.
Oh my god.
And it's like you point to some random little, like...
Hey everybody, welcome back to Pop Culture Philosophers. In fact, welcome back to Rockin Robbie Live. Here in the final act, I am your host, Rockin RobbieBillz. We've had a great show already. We did the DC sneak peek. We talked about my interview over at Comic Journey. We talked about my participation in Near Mint Conditions, recent stream not too long ago. We talked about my weekend, the wild weekend with Bueller. We just had a lot of fun tonight here on the channel, and it's not over yet. But I will say you should follow Pop Culture Philosophers on Facebook and on Instagram. If you're on Facebook, join the PCP Army. That's the official Pop Culture Philosophers Facebook group. You can find podcasts and more at popculturephilosophers.com. You can support the channel over at patreon.com/PCP, like these fine PCP patrons right there, or with Super Chat, which will trigger a Joker video and the Hellboy song. We still have $50 to go in our Ghostbusters Firehouse playset goal. So if we don't get it today, we're going after it next week. So get ready, y'all. Next week, we'll probably bring out the Super Chat menu. Maybe we can do some shots of tequila and we can get that Ghostbusters Firehouse more into the steps of reality. All right, coming up, we got a little bit of show and tell. We got some other stuff. But first, that's right, Horror Fest. Coming up for Horror Fest tonight. After this stream, go to Dylan's Horror Show. They're going to be talking about Innocent Blood. Tomorrow night on PCP Movie Night, we'll be talking about Ghoulies and Ghoulies 2 for a Horror Fest. And over at Blood Splatter Chatter, BSC, on Thursday night, they're going to be talking about the Mortuary Collection. Also, over at PCP, on Friday at 11 a.m. Central Time, we got Alex Segura here. He's the writer of the upcoming Green Hornet book, as well as the current writer with Michael Morisi on Dick Tracy. So that'll be a fun conversation. And then Friday night at 6 p.m. Central Time, it's the award-winning monthly comic book review video. Contemporary says, sure enough, the Batman Long Halloween special from 2021 and the last Halloween issue number 0 from Batman Day yesterday are identical except for the cover, a eulogy, and some supplemental interviews. Fuck, I didn't even realize that, bro. I'm a bad fucking comic book reviewer. Thank you. You've helped out my show on Tuesday. Thank you so much. All right. We're all about Horror Fest right now. We've had a great Horror Fest already. We've already talked about the Paranormal Activity franchise. We've talked about Carrie, Alien Romulus, Curse of the Werewolf, Happy Death Day and Happy Death Day to You, Trilogy of Terror, Hellraiser, which was the only perfect score so far, I believe, Candyman, Death Machine, which I did watch, but I wasn't on the show, Green Inferno, which has been the quickest to 1,000 views of any PCP movie night we've done, so we really appreciate your support. Let's keep that video growing. Red Dragon. Friday the 13th Part 2, that was a fun stream, included some trivia. Hostel and Hostel Part 2. One Missed Call by Takashi Miike. And A Dark Song. And Verno's been throwing in bonus blood episodes as well. We appreciate y'all so much for being a part of Horror Fest. It continues tonight with Innocent Blood, tomorrow with Ghoulies and Ghoulies 2, Thursday with the Mortuary Collection, and then we still got A Nightmare on Elm Street, The Last House on the Left, The Hills Have Eyes. See, we got a little Wes Craven thing baked in there. Bride of Reanimator, very excited to revisit that one. Inferno from Dario Argento. Scream from our buddy Verno over at Blood Splatter Chatter. It Follows. Never seen that one. The Prowler. Videodrome. Love that movie. We covered it on PCP last year for Horror Fest. Check out Verno and his channel. Anything for Jackson. I'm not familiar with that one. Return of the Living Dead. The Others. Dead Alive. The Mummy. The Exorcist franchise. X, Pearl, and Maxine. And Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. It all ends on Halloween night. Y'all, get your horror on. Let's go. 51 movies across 3 channels. The bloodiest, most transgressive Horror Fest lineup yet. The bloodiest, most transgressive horror fest lineup of all time, going on right now until Halloween. All right. So I watched, in the time since we've done a Rockin Robbie Live, Beetlejuice. I watched it a little bit late. I didn't watch it that weekend. I watched it that Wednesday. We didn't do a Rockin Robbie Live. I want to get better at like doing more Rockin Robbie Lives, like more on schedule and cutting in movie reviews with it, but just doing movie reviews. I think one of the things, and I want some suggestions. So I was really, really taken aback by the support of Comic Journey, Gem Mint Collectibles, and Comics with Bueller, and their idea that we can get to 100K here on PCP. We just have to want it, and we got to put in a little bit more work. Now, y'all know I don't like editing videos, but maybe we can get to 100K. Maybe we can. And maybe that's something we really need to start pushing for. So I got some things in the works right now to see what we can do to get some leverage out of our movie reviews. Some of the biggest videos on this channel are movie reviews right now. PCP Movie Night, some of them, not all of them, but some of them have really taken off. And we want to build on that momentum, and I want to double down on some of that. And I think I need to start doing, especially since I love going to the movies, and I love doing movie reviews, we should really utilize that more so and have even more movie reviews. Not that they're all going to be the 2-hour movie reviews that we do on Monday night. That's a different thing. But like more short form movie reviews from me. Usually we share them here on Rockin Robbie Live and I can clip them out or whatever, but maybe we'll start doing more of that. So stay tuned for that, and maybe there's some horror movie interviews that are being lined up. Would you like to see me interview people involved in the horror movie scene? And if so, who would you like to see? But I'll be at Scarefest a month from now with a media badge, and I plan on trying to make some connections, see what happens. But you, right now, you're here on Rockin Robbie Live. That means you're a fan. What can we do to get to 100K? Anyway, that being said, I watched Beetlejuice. I'm not giving you a full-on review or anything, but I'll tell you this. I did not like it. I did not like it at all. I went on a Wednesday night with my family, and they all loved it. And I felt so bad because they were like, Robbie, what do you think? And I was like, we don't need to do this. Like, I'm not trying to shit on y'all's enjoyment or anything like that, right? I can't do movie reactions, Two Gun, because I've seen most of these things. What am I going to pretend like I've never seen them like Perry? Just kidding. No, I don't have time to edit shit like that. But movie reviews, I think I can do. We'll see what happens. But that being said, everybody wanted to hear my thoughts on Beetlejuice after we watched it, but I didn't want to shit on everybody's enjoyment. But they pulled it out of me anyway, and no, I did not like Beetlejuice. I know a lot of people are digging it, a lot of people liking it, it seems. I think it's way too kid-friendly. I think it's way too family-oriented. I think it's way too based on the animated series and not the original movie. There are characters in there that don't have any relevance to the script at all. There are characters you could literally pull out of the fucking movie, and the movie wouldn't change at all. Okay? I guess I'm going in with the cons first. It is overstuffed like a motherfucker. A lot of the jokes seem very forced to me, and it seems like a toned-down version of what I loved about the original Beetlejuice. Danny Elfman's music's fine, but I don't think he wrote a new lick of music for it. And when they try to recreate the Deo scene, it's not the same. It's not the same. They try to do the same beats. They're toying with their nostalgia. This movie was 20 years too late. You've heard a lot of people say that. I agree. What did I like about the movie? I thought Michael Keaton did a great job as Beetlejuice. Even though Beetlejuice didn't even have too much of a fucking purpose to be in his own fucking movie. It's so silly. But it's working for people. I did not like it, though. I would give it a 2 out of 5 ya digs. A 2 out of 5 ya digs is what I would give Beetlejuice. And I initially was worried that it would just be nostalgia bait. And then the last trailer worked for me, and then some of the word of mouth before release was working on me, and I did not have a good time, y'all. I'm at the end of that movie, fucking fading away into goddamn ash, looking at fucking Iron Man being like, I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark. That's how I felt in that movie. I did not like it. 2 out of 5. What did y'all think? Hey, what's up, AC? AC Slater? Absolutely charming. How you doing, my man? Robbie's reactions would be lit. We may start doing some watch-alongs. Raphael says, overstuffed worse than a Thanksgiving turkey. Chill Out Man says, exactly, Robbie. Has nothing to do with the juice. Not even a good origin story. I know, man. There's a moment there where we get a little bit of that, but not enough. Here's the thing. You take Monica Bellucci out of that film, nothing fucking changes. It actually is a little bit shorter. That's it. Nothing changes. And they're just like using common tropes right now, like all the different variations of Bob. They're like what everybody's doing. The Minions and the fucking... the little Stay Puft Marshmallow Man and shit like that. Like, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. I did not like Beetlejuice. All right. Last time we did Rockin Robbie Live was September 1st. We hit a $50 goal. We haven't hit that goal at all today, but as a result of last time's goal, we opened up my pizza thrower from Ninja Turtles. Playmates re-releasing the vintage design. And I told y'all I would put the stickers on and we would show it working. So here it is. I put the stickers on today and I had a pain in the ass doing it because I hate putting stickers on these things. I wish they came with their own stickers on because I can't get them perfect. But then I started thinking that's actually kind of part of the appeal is not doing it perfect. It makes it even more vintage, right? So I put on all the stickers, which give so much character to these things. Immediately, the sticker on the seat ripped right there. I remember my original doing the same fucking thing. And then, where is it? This sticker right here ripped as I was pulling it off. But I tried to fix it as best as I can. See how it ripped right there? Anyway, so here is basically an exact recreation of the original pizza tosser. And we're going to do it. I'm going to throw them out this way so I don't lose these things. First thing we got to do is turn it on. So it's got these little pizzas in there. I wish there were different stickers for each pizza, but I mean, this is very vintage. All right. Let's toss some of these pizzas. Jesus Christ, where did that go? Can y'all even see that pop up? Hold on. All right. How many of these motherfuckers you think I've lost? All the pizzas are gone. There's 2 on my desk. Let's do this again. It's weird. You gotta like warm it up. Hold on. Look at that. Dude, and if you can see them, they actually like, they're pretty dope. It's like what I remember about the original toy, but pretty dope. I love that Hasbro, or not Hasbro, Playmates is doing this where they're re-releasing all these old toys and vehicles and shit like that. That's dope as hell. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can see 4 of them easily. It's going to take me all week to find all 8 of those pizzas, motherfuckers. This is what it is going to be. I would love to see you interview people from the horror community like Eli Roth, Adam Green, or the Sosa Sisters, or actors like Danielle Harris or Felissa Rose. Me too, Gun. Some of those people are going to be at Scarefest, so we'll see what happens. Edson says, I went to go see Beetlejuice with my son, and it was the same thing. I'm like, well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Beetlejuice himself was funny, though. Yeah. Chill Out Man says, I'm just getting old, I guess. This is truly no country for old men. Contemporary says, I haven't seen the Beetlejuice sequel, but it's worth mentioning Keaton was only in the OG film less than 15 minutes. I have no problem with the amount of screen time Beetlejuice has, but I don't know, it's not quite the same. But he's fine in the movie. I have no problem with that. But the plot is very convoluted because it's very overstuffed, and some of that shit doesn't even need to be there, and it's really cheesy. It feels like a direct-to-video Addams Family sequel from the 90s. Two Gun says, Robbie just lost all the pizzas. Chillatman says, nah, I'm a cheap guy. I'm good with an interview with Two Gun, aka #1 supporter. I would bring Two Gun on the show if he ever wanted to, but I think he prefers to be behind the keyboard. Brooklyn says, if you want to build your audience to 100K, I believe you have to keep the focus. I believe you have to keep the focus your content. Spreading it across multiple content types like comics and horror movies will stunt the growth. Maybe. That's what I've always thought. But you know what? We're the PCP Army. We could do it. We can do it. Spilio is in the house. What is up, my man? I'm sorry I didn't reach out. I know y'all sent me some love last week. Thank you so much. It means a lot. It really helped me out. Thank you. Castle. You have the whole Spiliotopoulos family watching you tonight. What's up, y'all? John, Brittany, love you. Rest of you, never met you, but I'm sure I love you too, because you're part of the family. Good to see you, buddy. All right. Now it's time for show and tell. So my buddy runs a video store here called Big Mix Video, and these are my latest rentals from him. And by the way, all of his shit is all of his cases are custom made. He's got his rules on the back. His rules are video rental rules. Take care of our discs. Tell a friend. Don't be afraid to watch a bad movie. Explore the disc. Watch all the special features. Listen to the commentaries. Immerse yourself in the movie. Hell yeah, they're open Wednesday through Saturday, 12 to 6. Check Facebook or Instagram, Big Mix Vintage Video, for possible extended hours, special request obliged, no algorithms, only humans. They buy and sell vinyl records, CDs, DVDs, VHS, Blu-rays, cassettes, laserdiscs, pop culture, this and that. And all of his video rental cases are all handmade. Really cool things. Let's give him another shout out here. Where's it at? Hey everybody, Rockin Robbie here, and I want to talk to you about Big Mix Vintage Video. Right now in Huntsville, Alabama, you can go and rent movies from an actual video store. Now this is run by my good homie of over 20 years, David. So go let him know that PCP sent you. This dude's got over 18,000 movies. That's right. He's got DVDs. He's got Blu-rays. He's got 4Ks. Hell, he's got VHS and Laserdisc. He's got an exceptional collection of your favorite filmmakers, your favorite film franchises, and he really specializes in hard-to-find, unheard of horror movies. This dude is where it's at. He's my go-to source for those hard to get movies that I don't want to spend a freaking bundle on Amazon or eBay to get. It's just a nice old school kind of vibe when you go in. One of the best video stores I've ever been at. If you're in Huntsville, Alabama, go to 309 Dallas Street and check out Big Mix Vintage Video. Follow them on Instagram and Facebook, and you can email them at bigmixvintage@gmail.com. I'm so proud of my buddy David. Such a great store. So what did I rent this week? First up, I rented Necromantic, which is... I've never seen it. I've heard about it. I've known about this film for a while. Apparently it deals with necrophilia. I've heard about this film through John Waters. And we are covering it on Blood Splatter Chatter next Sunday afternoon for a bonus blood. That might be the most transgressive movie we're doing. The other movie I rented... Yeah, y'all. So we just talked about One Missed Call by one of my favorite Japanese horror directors, Takashi Miike. And we've already covered Audition, and we've covered Itchy the Killer. I'm a big fan of The Happiness of the Kakakurus, I think is the name of the movie. Big fan of Black Society. Also a big fan of Imprint. Now, I don't have my Masters of Horror discs anymore like I used to. I used to have the Mausoleum set. I would love to get that again. Maybe we'll crowdfund that one day. But, so Imprint is the episode from season 1 that was done by Takashi Miike that even Showtime didn't have the balls to air. So I picked it up because after doing One Missed Call, I really wanted to get gnarly and rewatch Imprint. I might do that tonight after this show. And my buddy David is so cool. He let me borrow this book, Sex, Murder, Art. The films of George Budgericht. I'm going to have to learn how to say that name right. This is the dude who directed Necromantic. So this is a... Whoop, can't show you that page. Can't show you that page. Can't show you that page. We can show you this page. So he let me borrow this book so I could thumb through it this week and have a little bit more information about Necromantic and this dude as a filmmaker, because apparently Necromantic is not it. In fact, even he also has Necromantic 2. He told me after if I liked 1, I should definitely watch 2. That's Necromantic Part 2. Yeah, we're covering Necromantic on Blood Splatter Chatter next week. All right. This isn't anything new, but I wanted to, every once in a while, now on Show and Tell, I want to show off one of my cool signed books, especially if they're remarked. There is Street Angel, the original, who was the publisher? Ad House Books. This is the original Street Angel collection from Jim Rugg, and I got it with a really cool remark from Jim Rugg right there. Signed and remarked, so I wanted to show that off. My buddy, who I've known for over 20 years, Mark Spears, who's been making a name for himself as a comic book cover artist, has released his first full-fledged book. It's in shops now, and he swung by to thank me for supporting his work and gave me this special limited edition. Only 200 copies of this was printed, and of course it's signed. He put a little bat on there, but he sent me he came to the shop personally on Wednesday to celebrate the release and to thank me for the coverage of his book. So he didn't necessarily pay me off, but we had some fun with that. Oh, they got me. I bought my first G.I. Joe classified figure. It's an old school one, and I had to get it because the Energon universe has been influencing me, and man, did I forget how much I loved Destro. I love Destro so much, so I got this Destro action figure, y'all. We'll be opening this up at some point in the future, so pay attention. The Destro book right now by Dan Waters is amazing. Here's another big influence from the Energon universe. Void Rivals in particular. Took me a minute, but I was like, fuck it. I couldn't afford it, but I just said, fuck it anyway. We'll deal with the consequences later. But I did get my Springer action figure from the Studio Series 86. Springer is one of the OG triple changers. Goes from like a car to a helicopter. He's got the sword. He's got the hammer. We got a Springer action figure, y'all. So hell yeah. Go check out Big Mix Vintage if you're local. If not, maybe I can convince them to do some mail order. That'd be super cool. Damn it, Necromantic isn't streaming free, only for rent. I thought it was on Shudder. Is it not on Shudder? Too bad that, I mean, don't you live in California? Don't you have do you have a homie like my buddy David who rents videos and shit? I don't think there's many around anymore. I think it's on Shudder, bro. Yeah, it's on Shudder. If you have Shudder, it's on Shudder. Other than that, yeah, you'll have to rent it. I rented mine, and I have Shudder, but I wanted to support my boy, and so I rented Necromantic and Imprint. All right, that brings us to your very own and official Final Five. All right, let me get these motherfuckers over here. All right, these ones are heavy. All right, Going through my DVD collection. We got Little Mermaid. Like I said, a lot of my DVD collection is still just Disney movies I've never upgraded because I still love these like DVD books. And yeah, Little Mermaid's dope. I will never get rid of these because these are some of my favorite packaging out of DVDs. I have upgraded these to Blu-rays, but there is something still so cool to me about these Lord of the Rings extended cut DVD sets that look like books on the side. So there's Fellowship of the Ring. There's the Two Towers. These are just such amazingly well-crafted box sets. And Return of the King. Return of the King is blue. Two Towers is red and green for Fellowship. And when you put them together, I mean, just... I know a lot of people that have never gotten rid of these DVDs because these DVDs are so fucking badass. And they're still amazing. Still amazing. Even though I got all that same shit on Blu-ray, I will always keep these just for the packaging alone. And the Blu-ray packaging is dope as fuck too. And then we're going to wrap it up with Mary Poppins. I love this like pop out like fucking slip that they got right there. That's super cool. But Mary fucking Poppins. I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. Hell yeah. There you go. On DVD. And that has been your very own... Final Five. Hey, we got Taki in the house. What is up, my man? Station. Hey, do me a favor. Go to that Comic Journey interview that I did and just drop a station in the comments. We're trying to troll him right now. That'd be really, really fucking fun. Two Gun says, okay, I'm good then. I got Shudder. Yeah, hell yeah. You got it. Necromantic next week on Blood Splatter Chatter. I don't think he's put together the thumbnail yet because putting together a thumbnail for that's a little problematic for YouTube apparently. Horror Fest, y'all. Right after this show, Innocent Blood on Dylan's Horror Show. Tomorrow night, Ghoulies and Ghoulies 2 on PCP Movie Night and Blood Splatter Chatter, the Mortuary Collection on Thursday night. And then Sunday will be me and Verno. And I don't know if anybody else is joining us. It may just be the two of us because Necromantic might be too much for other people to handle. I don't know. I've never seen it. I'm very excited to see it. We're going to end with the Horror Fest trailer. Love y'all. Y'all are the best. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And like I said, there's pinned up at the chat, at the top of the chat. Let's go support Jen in her battle in cancer. Everybody needs to join that battle and go for it. We didn't get any super chats today, and I hope it's because people are supporting her. But next week, get ready. Super chat menu is going to be active. We're going to fund this Firehouse Ghostbusters playset. All right? We'll catch you next time. Love you. Station. And did y'all notice Sticky Goose showed up? What the fuck was that about? All right. We'll welcome anybody into the PCP Army as long as they live by the rules of Station. Be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes. Love y'all. 51 movies across 3 channels. The bloodiest, most transgressive Horror Fest lineup yet. The bloodiest, most transgressive Horror Fest lineup of all time. Going on right now until Halloween. All right, just to update everybody, I did find 5 of the pizzas for my pizza tosser or pizza thrower. So we found 5. That means there's 3 pizzas missing in this studio somewhere. I can't see them. So who fucking knows? We got a taste test to do, y'all. How about this Oreo Coca-Cola drink right there? All right, so there are Coca-Cola flavored Oreos, and there's an Oreo flavored Coca-Cola. 0. I don't think there's a regular one. I've only seen the 0. So I tried the cookies the other day at work, and they taste like Coke. They're Oreos, and they taste like Coke, and they have the popping candy in it. They weren't bad, but it's not something I would eat like on the regular, for sure. But I have not tried the Oreo flavored Coke. Let's fucking do it, y'all. Let's do it. Smells like Coca-Cola. Tastes like Coke Zero. Okay. Okay. Tastes like a vanilla Coke Zero with a hint of chocolate. So I've had the Coke flavored Oreos, and they like, it's a good thing to like try one, but you're not gonna eat a whole package of that. I don't know if I would drink a whole. Maybe I will. This is pretty good. This isn't bad. It tastes like a vanilla Coke Zero with like a faint hint of chocolate. That's not bad. That's pretty fucking good. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. The Coke flavored Oreos, I would give 2.5 you digs. But this right here, I would give a 4.5 you digs. Yeah. For creativity, it tastes like a Coke Zero vanilla with a little bit of chocolate. That's not bad. That's pretty good. That's good. It's not better than Cherry Zero to me, but like you said, it's not bad. Reminds me of the Cosmic Coke. Yeah, the Cosmic one. Coke Zero Cherry's really fucking good. And Coke Zero Vanilla's good. And this is like Coke Zero Vanilla, just a little bit different. Yeah, I'm going to give this a 4.5. It's not bad, actually. All right. Next week, bring your super chats. Let's get ready for Marvel in the 90s return in its original proper form. And let's get ready for that Ghostbusters Firehouse. And we're also going to do a taste test on the new Mountain Dew Voodoo. Hell yeah, and we're going to open up some toys maybe, hopefully. See y'all next week. Y'all the best.